So, Uniting for Action is founded on the principle of the Golden Rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So, with that as our North Star, all of the systems that I've been creating and that will continue to create are all designed to foster that environment and facilitate us achieving that. And so, as an example, is the paradigm of the connectors and having all of us be earning from supporting those around us. And we want to offer generous commissions because we want to receive generous commissions, and we're all supporting each other in this glorious sharing of resources and flow amongst ourselves. And so it's a real high level embodiment of the Golden Rule. So that is the foundation upon which Uniting for Action as a corporation is built as a starting point. And then the objective, the goal of Uniting for Action is to be able to successfully transition society from the death and destruction that we're causing right now with all of our plastics and poisons and everything that we are killing ourselves and all of life on the planet with. Uniting for Action is dedicated to stopping those negative consequences and transitioning us into an era of healing and health, where every year the planet and the people are getting healthier rather than getting sicker and closer to death as we are now. We're on a one-way street to annihilation very quickly, and Uniting for Action is the tool that I have created to be able to fulfill upon my personal mission, which is to support the transition of society from where we're at to 100% sustainability and homeostasis with all the plants and animals and people on the planet. So that's what Uniting for Action is about fundamentally as a corporation. And having said that, Uniting for Action doesn't discriminate in any way. So we allow the system to be used by anybody. We don't restrict it to certain people of certain ideology or what have you. It's my core belief that with having people in the system, within the system, using the system, having all the incentives to be able to support each other and cooperate with each other and all of that will lead us on that evolutionary path. So because of that, the Uniting for Action systems are open to everybody that use it in a lawful way. Of course, it will never be any one of those things that has all the, terrible illegal images and stuff like that on it. So Uniting for Action will not have that. However, it will be open to all, people of all kinds of ideas. So that is the corporation, and a big and in terms of the structure, while I'm going to draw a little bit of money initially to be able to pay myself back and get on my feet and the people that I owe for all the years of borrowing to get to this point, just the modest amount that I take out to pay all of that back and start to get other avenues of revenue flowing for me from the things I'll be doing in the world. As soon as I'm on my feet, I will not be taking a salary from Uniting for Action, and all of the profits from Uniting for Action will be going back into Uniting for Action. That will be part of its core charter business structure, so that everything that we're doing with and within Uniting for Action is done for the collective. It's with the collective for the collective. And so that's really the embodiment that I'm being in the world, and building all of this to support the collective. I'll just very quickly say that, although individually we're living, and a lot of us are living a long time and all of that, collectively we are destroying all of humanity and all of life on the planet. It's unsustainable. And as a collective, we are not embodying our instinct of survival. we are actually killing ourselves as much as any alcoholic or junkie or anybody that you could watch destroying themselves. We are doing that to ourselves collectively. And so Uniting for Action has been created to interrupt that pattern and to reverse it. So and so again, all of the profits from Uniting for Action, which will remain a for-profit corporation, will probably have a nonprofit. This is where, you know, all kinds of people other than me are going to be figuring all of that out. But just to understand, it's not going to be me or somebody else that's going to be you know, earning billions and trillions of dollars from you know, the money that Uniting for Action brings in. It's going to go back into supporting you and expanding the technology and protecting you and your children and your grandchildren and your pets and your, you know, the nature that you love. That's where all of this leads to. And so Uniting for Action also is being an open source project, so that we're inviting the entire world to come and be a part of what we're doing. Everything is shared out in the open so that anybody can just peek in for wherever they're at. Whatever interests you, whatever expertise you have, you can find very quickly where we're at with things. You can tune in, you can watch the latest meeting, read the latest documents, and then you can chime in and you can share what you can offer and how you can create results with us and for the collective. And so this is how it will be. So it will be the entire world just showing up and plugging themselves in wherever you and everyone chooses. And this system, as we're building it, will be able to organize all of that and structure it all and have, you know, ratings of everything, so that everything that is being offered can be optimally maximized in the effectiveness and the efficiency of all the resources that are there. That's what this system was built for. So there's a whole lot more to share, but that's the core of Uniting for Action. I'll just share one other piece as it's coming in my head, is that as quickly as possible, we're working on transitioning society to sharing all of our best ideas freely into the system, the way that I am in many ways right now, because we're going to create an environment where people are rewarded and incentivized for doing so. Essentially, people will earn, whenever anybody makes any money from anybody else's idea or anybody else's creation, then the original creator will earn a royalty on that, essentially licensing fee. And all of that will be built into the system, and we'll all have agreements and that it all work. And so that's the reason for that, is because as I've projected forward and I've seen what the highest evolution of our humanity looks like, for sure, one of the aspects of the highest evolution of humanity is for all of us to be sharing all of our best ideas into the collective all of the time. And if we're not doing that, which we are not in our current environment, where everything is about patents and intellectual property, and if we ever have a great idea, we've got to keep it all secret until we can make something big of it, and it suppresses us compared to what it will be like for us to evolve, how quickly we'll be able to evolve when we're all contributing our best ideas all the time, and humanity is constantly surfing the edge of all of the best ideas that all of us can have at any time. It puts us on a whole different plane of operating. So that's just, again, another like little peek of where we're going with Uniting for Action, but that also gives you an understanding of the foundation of what we're built on and why, is that Uniting for Action is building these systems, incorporating these concepts, is figuring out that we want to move towards a system where we're all incentivized to share our best ideas all the time, and then building the system to actually allow that to happen. So this, at its essence, is what Uniting for Action is a corporation that's creating solutions and inviting the whole world to show up, to join with us in creating these solutions and together allow us to intentionally co-create the world that we all want to live in.